That plant is crucial to the health and welfare of Bergen County. My name is Jack Riley, and I work at the Bergen County Utilities Authority, the BCUA as we call it. This is serious business, wastewater. We all know what that is. Whether it's brushing your teeth at home, washing dishes in a restaurant, or disposing of industrial waste, what goes down the drain comes to us. And running a wastewater treatment plant properly and efficiently protects the people, the environment, while allowing business and industry to grow and expand. Here at the BCUA, a highly skilled and dedicated workforce treats your sewage by combining new technologies with old-fashioned hard work. For almost 50 years, we have proved that wastewater treatment can be safe, productive, and cost-effective. We are working to save the ratepayers' money.
There are 300 of us that work at treating and disposing of your wastewater. No matter how polluted, it is our job to make the wastewater clean. The process begins here, where we remove the large trash from the untreated wastewater.
Pardon the noise, but you're in the main pump building. This is where wastewater is pumped throughout the facility. Every day, more than 100 million gallons of raw sewage comes from Bergen County's homes, businesses, and industries into the BCUA.
And of course, we have to know exactly what we're treating. In our laboratory, we use advanced technologies to test incoming waste for toxic and cancer-causing agents. We monitor the wastewater throughout the process to ensure that it is properly cleaned.
Removing all the waste requires expensive equipment and a well-managed plant. We maintain grit chambers to these settling tanks. The lighter objects are removed by these skimming devices, and the heavier objects fall to the bottom and are pumped out.
Air from our electric blowers mixes with wastewater in this tank, feeding the bacteria, which then eats most of the remaining waste. Now, come over here. Chlorine is then added, and purified water returns to the Hackensack River.
So I guess you're wondering what happens to the waste we skim from the wastewater. Tell them, on.
You tell them.
That's quite all right, you tell them.
Every day, hundreds of thousands of gallons of solid and semi-solid materials are removed during treatment. It's then transformed into a moist mud-like substance, you know, with a sludge.
Using state-of-the-art equipment, we remove the excess water and chemically treat the sludge, making it safe for landfill cover. And that's where we build a park.
One thing about wastewater treatment, it never stops. We keep this place working round the clock, 365 days a year. You've heard the expression, the city never sleeps? Ha! What about this place?
You know what gets our attention here? Bad weather. The water level rises, and there's a potential for the wastewater to flood the plant and the streets of Bergen County. It is my job as a licensed senior sewage plant operator to stay on top of the pumping during heavy rain and to keep the wastewater moving throughout the plant evenly. Vigilance, that's what it's all about. I make 9 rounds in an 8-hour day. If the water level's high, I bring it lower, and I make sure that the sewage is evenly distributed throughout the plant. I adjust water temperature and pressure and make sure that the right amount of air is pumped to the proper tanks. One misstep and you can hold up the entire treatment process.
Our biggest emergency is a power failure. Our plant runs entirely on high voltage electricity. When commercial power does go out, we have an automatic system to switch our generators on. If that automatic system were to fail, however, we have but a few minutes to get an alternate generator up and online. Otherwise, the pumping backs up, and that just can't happen. I'm a senior electrician working with up to 4,160 volts. That's approximately 35 times what runs through your house. To be certified to do my work, you need 5 years hands-on experience and up to 1,000 hours of schooling.
These stacks behind us, originally they were steel, and they asked me to design new ones out of stainless steel, which I did. And with the other welders, we built them and installed them. We used a 110-ton crane, 2 years of scaffolding, and 4 other crews, 4 other people. And we worked the job very efficiently and safely. and saved the authority thousands of dollars, and it's something that we're very proud of.
Recently, a $750,000 high-speed centrifuge in that building broke down. Rather than send it out to the manufacturer in Pennsylvania, my partner and I were mechanics. We fixed it.
When a centrifuge breaks down, sludge backs up and stalls the treatment process. It can cost the authority thousands of dollars each day that it is broken.
It took us 5 days to overhaul what the manufacturer takes 3 weeks to repair, saving the authority tens of thousands of dollars.
Now we teach private technicians new techniques for repairs.
The BCUA serves 46 municipalities covering 150 square miles. There are sewage pumping stations next to reservoirs where drinking water is stored. I'm an automotive mechanic, and in case there's an emergency, all 80-plus vehicles must be ready to go out. We're like the fire department. The trucks have to be ready to run, and we keep them running in excess of 100,000 miles. And by the way, the BCUA is computerized. I was involved in working out a computer program that tracks vehicle mileage, hours of use, and repairs and maintenance. We've all become computeniks, and I never thought that would happen.
Our laboratory is the largest operated by a public facility in the state of New Jersey. We test the sewage that comes into the authority and the treated wastewater and sludge before it goes out. This protects the people of Bergen County from diseases such as typhoid and cholera. We also monitor industrial waste and report our results to the state. Recently, we found companies who are dumping motor oil and antifreeze.
Atomic spectroscopy is my field. I test for metals like cadmium, chromium, arsenic, and mercury. Only 3 of us monitor industrial waste from hundreds of companies.
In 1992, we were certified to run tests on semi-volatile organics. That's my area. It used to be done by a private contractor, and now we do it here, saving the authority thousands of dollars each month. We take pride in our work at the BCUA. I have a master's degree in environmental engineering, and I've always been interested in the environment. My parents live in Bergen County. The BCUA helps to ensure safer living conditions for them and helps to keep the economy growing.
A lot of us are residents of Bergen County. I consider my work a service to the plant, to my community, and to myself. My wife and I live here, my daughter when she's not away at college. We live about a half a mile from the plant near the Hackensack River. This is where my daughter went to school. Most of my family and my friends live in the area. Sometimes I feel like a police officer. I want to keep the environment nice for our community, and the quality of service of what we do at the BCUA is essential to that. I was a member of the Moonachie First Aid and Rescue Squad as an EMT, which is an emergency medical technician, and I also taught CPR for about 10 years. Initially, the authority paid for my training for the authority, but it also had an effect on the community. We've got a bunch of dedicated guys who work here. They're continuously learning, and they take their job very seriously.
You've heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Need I say more?
My name is Elaine Berg, President of Local 534 Utility Workers Union of America. If you would like more information, Local 534 can be reached at area code 201-945-2773 or by mail at Post Office Box 352, Little Ferry, New Jersey, 07643.